Football fans, we are ready for NFL picks for week number 15 in the league where they play. For pay! Great to be back with you. The best audience in all of YouTube is right here, coming off another tremendous week of picking games. 14-2 last week. That includes a couple over and unders. 13-2 the week before that. That means I was 27-4 the last 2 weeks. I am now 100 games over 500 for the season. Let's keep it rolling. Week number 15, pick number 1. Let's go down to South Beach, Florida. We're the Miami Dolphins, a -8.5 against the New York Football Jets. Dolphins are 6-7 coming off a bye. The Dolphins have really turned their season around. They are playing very well now. The defense is lights out. Tua is playing well. Miami doing a really nice job. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get to a playoff spot, but they are playing much better football. And then you have the New York Football Jets. And at this time of the year, when I think of the Jets, I think of an old classic, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We've all seen it. And I think of a song from Rudolph. We're on the island of misfit toys, and the New York Jets are here, having another miserable, embarrassing year. Because we're on the island of misfit toys. But don't worry, Jet fans, and have no fear. Another top 5 pick is near. Because we're on the island of misfit toys. That's what I think of when I think of the New York Football Jets. The Jets are down to 3-10. Lost to the Saints 30-9 at home and couldn't get in the end zone. 9 points on 3 field goals, couldn't score a touchdown against the Saint team that hadn't beaten anyone in the last 6 weeks and couldn't stop anyone for a month. But the Jets couldn't score 1 touchdown, not even in garbage time. Give me something, New York Football Jets. It's the season of miracles. Just give me 1 touchdown. How bad are the Jets? 12 years the Jets have not made the playoffs. That is the longest active streak in the NFL. The Jets haven't been to the Super Bowl since Joe Namath, and they've had a lot of lean years. They had some good years with Parcells. You know why? Because he knew what he was doing. Oh my goodness. Again, I don't know about the coach. I liked when the Jets hired him. I'm not so sure now. He looks just as lost as some other Jet coaches. I mean, I don't know about him. I was never a fan of the Jets picking Wilson. I don't like him, but now they have to stick with him. At least for a couple seasons. You can't discard him now. You have to go with him. He's shown me nothing, but I don't want to blame it all on him. Where is all the talent on the Jets? Where are the number 1 picks? Where is all this money they were supposed to spend, and they had all this cap space, and they're getting all these players in the draft? Where are they? Where are the players? They have no talent. Where are the big-time receivers? Where's the big running back? Where's the big defensive studs? Where are they? The Jets have had nothing but bad seasons lately. They've had nothing but high draft picks. They have a ton of cap space. What is going on here? This is the best they can do? You look at the Jets roster and you say, they're pathetic. They should be 3-10. They have no talent. And then if you add Wilson into the equation and you say he's not going to be any good, then you're really in trouble. Remember, they also told me Mr. Sam Darnold was the answer. How did that work out? Sam Darnold is not even playing for the Carolina Panthers now. They had to bring in Cam Newton. The Jets are embarrassing. Embarrassing. They couldn't score a touchdown at home against the Saints? Are you kidding me? Get real. Where do you think I'm going here? 2-team teaser, move it to 2.5 and take Miami. Take Miami. Miami will beat up the Jets. Miami's defense will smother the Jets' anemic offense. The Jets couldn't score a touchdown at home against the Saints. I don't expect them to score much down in South Florida this week. And like I said, I don't like what I see from the Jet coach, and I don't like what I see from Wilson so far. I know it's early. Give them both some time. I don't like what I see. And I see no talent anywhere else on the field. What have the Jets been doing the last few years? What have they been doing with all these picks and all this cap space? Oh my goodness, what an awful franchise. Terrible, deplorable, embarrassing. Miami, pick number 1. Pick number 2. Oh, here we go. Let's go to the Meadowlands in New Jersey, not too far from here, where we have the other pathetic New York football team. With the Dallas Cowboys on -11 against the New York Football Giants. Dallas up to 9-4, held on and beat Washington. How about this Parsons? How about this Parsons on defense? He's really good. He's a stud. Really good player. Wow. He's fun to watch. He's constantly in the backfield making plays. Really like him. And by the way, if you recall last week, I said Dallas was going to squeak it out. They did. And I liked Washington in a teaser. Washington covered in a teaser. So I won both ways there. Show some love. And then you got the New York Football Giants. They're down to 4-9. Got ambushed by the Chargers. And the Chargers had a lot of guys out. A lot of key guys out. Didn't matter. Giants got roasted. Got bombed. Got humiliated. The Giant defense was horrific in this game. Horrific. Terrible, deplorable, embarrassing. Glennon was out there. We know he's not any good. Who knows about Jones? By the way, I got a stat for Mr. Daniel Jones, by the way. I know he didn't play last week. I don't mean to pile on him, but Daniel Jones in primetime games, you know, that's like Monday night, Sunday night, Thanksgiving games, you know, the big game on Sunday. Daniel Jones is 0-11. 0-11 in prime time. He's not exactly Deion Sanders, is he? Oh my. Here's another stat for all you Giant fans. 26 teams in the NFL as of today are within one game of a playoff spot. Only 6 are basically out of it. The Giants are one of those 6 teams. The Bears, who are starting a rookie quarterback. The Jets, who are starting a rookie quarterback. The Lions, who are the Lions. The Texans, who, you know, Deshaun Watson, they don't have a quarterback. And Jacksonville, who's starting a rookie quarterback. And the Giants are lumped in with those 6 pathetic teams. Are you kidding me? What have the Giants been doing? They signed all this money in the offseason. They've got nothing in return. Galladay looks like a complete bust to me. They signed him to a huge contract, not worth it. And I am not a believer in Mr. Jones. And I said that when the Giants drafted him, and I'm still not a believer in him. Still not a believer in him. And Eli Manning and Peyton Manning could, you know, wax poetic about Daniel Jones all they want. I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer, and I've seen enough. And I know he didn't play last week, but I've seen enough of him. The Giants have to draft a quarterback. They got to draft a stud quarterback. Daniel Jones is not the answer. He's not the answer. Oh, the Giants. It's hard to believe they are 4-9. They should be better than this. They should be better. I don't want to hear about injuries anymore. I don't want to hear it. All teams have injuries. Look at the Titans. They have injuries. They're in first place. Look at the Ravens. Their whole roster has been gutted. They still have a winning record. They're in a playoff spot right now. I don't want to hear it about injuries. That's all I hear about with the Giants is excuses. Oh, the offensive line has injuries. Oh, the receivers are hurt. Oh, Barkley's hurt. This one's hurt. That one's hurt. Enough. 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 You're telling me the Giants couldn't play better than the way they played last week against the Chargers? That was embarrassing. They got carved up and the Chargers had 1 million guys out. As far as this game, for all you 4-team teaser lovers or all you super teaser lovers, you get 12 points, you move to pick 'em, and you take Dallas. Who knows about Jones if he's even going to play? Glennon is flat out awful. Glennon looks like he's from outer space somewhere. He took his helmet off the other day and he's got that shaved head. It doesn't look good. He doesn't exactly look like The Rock. Let's just put it that way. He looks like some Martian from outer space. He plays just awful. I've seen enough of Glennon to last me a lifetime. Dallas will win this football game. It's as simple as that. The Giants are no good. They stink. And I'm sick of making excuses for them, and I'm sick of hearing excuses. I'm sick of it. 4-9 is 4-9. They're one of the 6 worst teams in the NFL, lumped in there, and let me repeat myself, with the Texans, the Jaguars, the Lions, the Jets, and the Bears. And most of those teams are starting rookie quarterbacks. The Giants should be light years ahead of those teams right now. What is this, year 3 for Daniel Jones? Year 3? I like Dallas to win in the Meadowlands. That's pick number 2. Oh yeah, how about them Cowboys? Pick number 3. Let's go back down to Florida. Let's go to Tampa Bay, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are -11 against the New Orleans Saints. Saints are up to 6-7. I just mentioned they beat the Jets. Hill did some good things. Kamara is back. He looked really good. Saints finally get a win. Tampa Bay, they're up to 10-3. Beat Buffalo, I'll tell you. Tampa Bay almost let this game get away. Got a little sloppy in the fourth quarter. Defense didn't play well. They win the game in overtime. Nice win by Tampa Bay. We'll see about Brown. Brown is going to come off his 3-game suspension soon. We'll see if they let him back on the team. It's always a problem with Brown. No matter where he goes, he gets into some sort of controversy. And he's a good player, and Tampa Bay needs him. He contributed last year, even in the Super Bowl. They need him, but he's always in some sort of messy situation. We'll see if the Bucs let him back on the team. As far as this game, much like the Dallas game, for all you 4-team teaser lovers, super teaser lovers, you get 12 points. The spread's 11. Move it to basically pick them and take Tampa Bay. There is no way New Orleans is going into Tampa Bay and beating the Bucs. Yeah, New Orleans can go into the Meadowlands and beat the Jets every day of the year. They're not going in and beating the Bucs at this particular point in the season. Not happening. Bucs win. That's pick number 3. Pick number 4. Let's go up to Buffalo, where the Buffalo Bills are -10 against the Carolina Panthers. Carolina down to 5-8. Remember, they were 3-0. They lost to Atlanta and Cam Newton. I mean, come on. Every time I turn on Carolina now, Cam Newton's throwing an interception and the other team's running it back. Cam Newton doesn't have it anymore. Doesn't have it anymore. Doesn't have it anymore. So Carolina, in their last, 10 games or 2-8, they've fallen to pieces. And speaking of falling to pieces, I'll tell you, Buffalo better watch it. Buffalo's down to 7-6, lost to Tampa. Now listen, they did have a nice comeback in this game. Didn't look good for about 3 quarters. They were flying in the fourth quarter. Lose the game in overtime. Did have a nice comeback, but Buffalo is now 7-6. They're in a playoff spot, but they're hanging on. They're hanging on. I think they will make it. I looked at their schedule. They should get up to about 10 wins, and that should do it. But Buffalo should be better than this. They're better than 7-6. Allen now has an ankle. We'll see about him. He may not play. You may get Trubisky in the game. Buffalo's got to do better than this. They have to be more consistent. They just can't play 1 quarter. You got to play 4 quarters. And what's with not handing the ball off? I don't think they handed the ball off to a running back in that game until the 3rd quarter. How is that possible? So you either threw the ball or Allen was running every play. You don't hand the ball to your running back for 3 quarters. That's not how you play football. As far as this game, 3-team teaser moving to 1. I like Buffalo. Even if Allen doesn't play, I would still pick him with Trubisky. Buffalo has to have this game. They cannot mess around here. No losing to Carolina in Buffalo. Have to have it. Have to have it. They'll get it. Buffalo won't lose this game. That's pick number 4. Pick number 5. Let's go to Denver, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High. Hooray, Colorado. Well, the Denver Broncos are -1.5 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Hooray. You know how they say who dat for the Saints? Well, they say hooray for the Bengals. Hooray. Broncos, they are up to 7-6. They beat Detroit. They honored Thomas before the game. Cincinnati, down to 7-6, lost to San Francisco in overtime. What did I say about that game last week? I picked San Francisco and I said the last team to have the ball would win. San Francisco won the game in overtime and was the last team to possess the ball. Show some love. It's a very interesting game here. Playoff ramifications. I'm going to move the line to 7.5 and take the Bengals. I just think it's a field goal game either way. It's a very important game for both teams. Hard to pick a winner here, so I'd rather move it to 7.5 and take the Bengals. I feel comfortable that way. I think it's going down to the wire. I think it's going to be a field goal game. Either team could win a very important game. Winner of this team could be on their way to maybe a playoff spot. Losers in big trouble. So this is a very, very big game. One other point here, and this goes for the Broncos and the Bears, by the way. Why do the Broncos and the Bears wear those hideous orange uniforms at home? The Broncos, who have the navy blue helmets, used to wear navy blue at home, and I guess they occasionally do, but most of the time they wear that hideous orange. Does anyone actually like that? And I noticed the Bears, who are also with, the dark-colored helmets, they usually wore the dark-colored jerseys. Now they occasionally wear these hideous orange uniforms. They're hideous. Does anyone like them? Oh, they are awful. No good. No good. I like the Broncos with the navy blue helmet and the navy blue uniforms, and I like the Bears in the dark colors at home. Those orange uniforms have to go. But anyway, I'll take the Bengals plus 7.5. That is pick number 5. Pick number 6, a very good game here. This is a Saturday game. Remember, we have Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday games this week because the NFL wants to control basically every day of the week. So you have Saturday games this week, and this is a humdinger on Saturday. Let's go to Indianapolis, where the Indianapolis Colts are -2.5 against the New England Patriots. New England is 9-4, coming off a bye, coming off that big win in Buffalo. New England can do no wrong right now. And the Colts, they're up to 7-6. They're coming off a bye. The Colts are a very dangerous team that nobody wants to play. This is a very fascinating game on Saturday afternoon. I'm going to move it to 8.5 and take New England. I think it's a field goal game either way, much like the game I just talked about, Denver-Cincinnati. This game should come down right to the end. It's going right to the end. Hard to pick a winner here. I like both teams. I think the Colts are very dangerous, and I think the Patriots, how could you not love what they're doing this year? Quarterback has been outstanding, running game good, defense awesome, taking the ball away. They're doing it all in New England. How could you not like what they're doing? So I like both teams. I'm going to move it to 8.5 and take New England, thinking this is a field goal game either way. But a must-watch game right there. That is one of the better games of the weekend. That should be a humdinger. So that is my pick for pick number 6 there. I'm going with New England plus 8.5 in a 2-team teaser. Pick number 7. Let's go to Philadelphia. Big division matchup here. Playoff ramifications as well with this one. Where the Philadelphia Eagles are -5 against the Washington football team. Philadelphia 6-7 off the bye. We'll see who quarterbacks Philly this week. Is it going to be Minshew? He played well 2 weeks ago. Will it be Hurts? And then you got Washington. They're down to 6-7. Lost a tough game to Dallas. Rallied back, but had that awful turnover late. Remember, Heineke got hurt. He's got a hurt knee. I don't know if he's playing. Fitzpatrick's already out for the year. It may be Kyle Allen. It may be him. And he had an awful turnover at the end of that game against Dallas. He should have just ate that on the potential sack. Instead, he tried to throw it away. He fumbled the ball. He ruined all Washington's momentum in that game. So we'll see about that. Will it be Heineke? Will it be Allen? I'm going to move it to 11 and take Washington. These division games are always close, and this is a monster game for both teams. They're both 6-7. This should be close. If I can grab the 11 here, I feel comfortable with that. Now, I'd like Heineke to play over Allen. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. I'd like Heineke to be in there. He's getting an MRI in the knee, not sure about him. I probably still would take Washington even with Allen just because I know these division games are always close. So I'll go Washington there, 2-team teaser. That's pick number 7. Pick number 8. Let's go to the Steel City in Pittsburgh, where the Tennessee Titans are -2 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tennessee is up to 9-4, beat Jacksonville. We all saw that coming. Tennessee has about 8 quality players on IR right now. They have to get these guys back if they want to make a deep playoff run. Let's hope they get them back. You want to see these teams at full strength. Pittsburgh, they're down to 6-1. They lost to Minnesota on Thursday Night Football. Okay, what was Mr. Claypool doing at the end of the game? Did you see this? Did you see this? It's been talked about. So the Steelers are down 8 points. They're driving at the end of the game. They have no timeouts left. There's about, 40 seconds left in the game. They convert a 4th down to Claypool, who's a really good player, a lot of talent, out of Notre Dame. You expect him to be a smart guy. He gets the 1st down, and instead of rushing the ball back to the line of scrimmage, remember the clock's running. Instead of rushing the ball back to the line of scrimmage so Roethlisberger can down it or run another play, what does Claypool do? He starts posing with the ball like this. Oh yeah, I'm not kidding, like this. Sitting on the ground like this, posing like he's doing the Heisman. Posing as the clock's running. As the clock's running. One of the Steeler linemen comes over and tries to get the ball from him. He can't get it out of his hand. Then the ball gets fumbled. The referee's kicking it around. They wasted a ton of time because Claypool is styling and profiling down 8 with the clock running at 40 seconds and the Steelers have no timeouts. What is going on in this league? What's with all the celebrations? What's with the me attitude? It's all over the league. That's flat out embarrassing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers. With all their tradition, and you have a guy like this doing that? Are you kidding me? I mean, I hope Tomlin sat him down and had a good talking to with him. I hope Tomlin chewed him out. That was embarrassing. How in the world are you styling and profiling down 8 points with 40 seconds to go, and your team has no timeouts and the clock's running? And oh, by the way, you're acting like how good your team is. They're 6-1. They're not even going to make the playoffs. They're probably going to finish last. And you're styling and profiling? Roethlisberger's sitting at the line waiting for the ball, and this guy's posing. Even his own lineman couldn't get the ball out of his hands. That's embarrassing. That's flat out embarrassing. I've been saying this for years about all these needless celebrations. It's all over the league. I don't get it. And Claypool went to Notre Dame. That's a prestigious school. He's not smart enough to know? Oh my goodness, you got to shake your head at some of this stuff. And here's another thing. I knew someone that used to be an assistant coach at Harvard, and he said just because people are smart in the classroom doesn't mean they're smart on the football or basketball court. It's a different skill. He said he had some of the smartest people in the world academically, but some of the dumbest basketball players he's ever coached. So Mr. Claypool just looks dumb. That's imbecilic. That's moronic. That's downright selfish. I don't even have the words for him. Embarrassing. I hope Tomlin sat him down and chewed him out. So that was embarrassing football right there. As far as this game, Tennessee -2 in Pittsburgh. I'm going to move it to 8 and take the Steelers. Steelers are notoriously good at home. And the Titans, with all these guys out, I just don't trust them to cover a big spread like that. So I like the Steelers with 8 there to at least keep it close. That's pick number 8. Claypool, get it together. Pick number 9. Let's go to San Francisco, Santa Clara, where the San Francisco 49ers are -8 against the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta up to 6-7, beat Carolina. Atlanta's still hanging around for a playoff spot. Just still hanging around. That's what happens when you get that 7th team in the playoffs. Everyone's alive, except the Giants. But Atlanta's still alive. Niners, they had a nice win. They're up to 7-6, beat Cincinnati, won in overtime. That was a thrilling game. There wasn't many great games over the weekend, But the way the Tampa Bay Bill game ended and the way the Niner Bengal game ended was really outstanding. That was some good football. That was a good quality win by the Niners, and they had to have it. Almost gave the game away, but they got the job done. I'm going to move the line to 2 here and take the Niners. I just think the Niners are better than Atlanta. They're home. I can't see Atlanta going across the country and winning this game. I think San Francisco is just better. I think they're going to win the football game. I'll move it to 2 and take the Niners. That's pick number 9. Pick number 10. Pick number 10. Hold on. My bags are packed. Oh yeah, my bags are packed. Road trip. Let's go down to Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah! Where the Jacksonville Jaguars are -3 against the Houston Texans. Yes, I kid you not. Jacksonville 2-11, shut out by Tennessee. Houston 2-11, bombed by Seattle. But my bags are packed. I cannot wait to go and see this colossal matchup. This is the Battle of the Titans. Jacksonville against Houston. It sounds like a damn monster movie. Yeah! Who's with me? Who is with me? Let's go! Shout out to my good friend Pete. Pete, we're not going to the soccer this weekend. We're going down to Jacksonville. Pack your suitcase. Pack your suitcase. Jaguars, Texans, oh yeah! Woo! Oh yeah! Forget my nephew's soccer game. I'm going to Jacksonville. Special guest Urban Meyer, and we better get him. We better get him quick because he's on his way out the door. You can see Urban Meyer is on his way out. The rumblings are already starting about him. Got into a big fight with one of the receivers, Marvin Jones, because he made fun of the receivers. Marvin Jones walks out, has a big dust-up with him. Urban Meyer's not going to last. I told you I would give him 2 years max. I don't even know if he's going to make it past this year. He's not cut out for this. Not cut out for this. He's used to winning big. He has no patience for this. He is going to run back to college football. Run back, but special guest Urban Meyer will be in the house. Who is with me? My tickets have been bought. My flight is booked. I have my hotel reservations. My good friend Pete is coming with me. We're forgetting about the soccer games this weekend, and we're going down to Jacksonville and Houston. Yes, who's with me? Let's go! As far as this game, 6-6 tie, adjust your betting accordingly. 6-6 tie, can't pick a winner. I think the Texans actually beat Jacksonville this year, didn't they? I think they did. I think Jacksonville was actually favored this year in Houston, and I remember taking Houston in that game. I think that was week 1. Jacksonville was favored in Houston. Houston ended up beating them by a lot. But this game, 6-6 tie, adjust your betting accordingly. Oh my bags are packed. Yes, we are going. Can't wait. That's pick number 10. Oh my goodness. Pick number 11. Let's go down to Baltimore, where the team with the most Super Bowls and championships combined is coming into play. The Green Bay Packers are -5 against the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore down to 8-5, lost to Cleveland. Of course, Jackson was hurt in that game. Baltimore tried to rally late, but just couldn't get into field goal range. Baltimore has all sorts of injuries. That's why I always refer to Baltimore and the Giants in the same sentence. Baltimore's 8-5. They're not using all their injuries as an excuse like the Giants are. But Baltimore ravaged with injuries. Green Bay, they're up to 10-3. Beat Chicago. The offense played great. Didn't love the way the defense played, but they did get the job done. Green Bay now the number 1 seed in the NFC. That means as of now a bye week and everything goes through the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. With Jackson being hurt and Baltimore being decimated with injuries, I'm going to move this line to basically pick them and take Green Bay. I just have to go with Green Bay. I love taking Rodgers, and Baltimore just has too many guys hurt, and we don't know about Jackson. And remember, even when Jackson was in there, Baltimore wasn't lighting it up the last month. They've been struggling. They've been struggling to score points. I like Green Bay to win the game, so I'll move it to pick 'em here, or actually I'd get +1 with Green Bay, basically pick 'em. And I like the Pack to go into Baltimore and win. That's pick number 11. Pick number 12, let's go to the Motor City in Detroit. With the Arizona Cardinals on -14 against the Detroit Lions. Lions down to 1-11-1, lost to Denver. They had 1 million guys out because of COVID protocols. And then you got Arizona. They're down to 10-3, and I was extremely disappointed about the way they played to the Rams. They didn't play well at all. That was the Arizona team we saw last year. 1 million mistakes. I mean, you do some of those things in the game, you're going to lose. You do all of them, and you're going to definitely lose. Turnovers, penalties, drop passes, catching the ball out of bounds, can't get a 4th down. Coach not kicking a field goal when he should have tried it down 10 there. All sorts of mistakes. The defense got carved up in this game. They're a complete reverse from the first time these two teams played. Remember when Arizona went into Los Angeles and just beat up the Rams? Well, the Rams were more motivated here, and the Rams had a bunch of guys out, including Ramsey. The Rams came to play. Arizona looked flat. That was the Arizona of last year. I have to think Arizona is going to rebound here. You have to think they're going to play better against a pathetic Lion team. 14 teaser, 12 points moving to 2. You got to think the Cardinals are going to respond here. If they don't, that's alarming. If they don't, that's alarming. They should here. Perfect opponent to get healthy again. They should take care of business against the Lions. I like the Cardinals. That's pick number 12. Pick number 13. Let's go out to Los Angeles. I just mentioned them. With the LA Rams on -7 against the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks up to 5-8, beat the Texans. The Seahawks have won a couple games in a row. And how about the Rams? I called out the Rams. I made fun of the Rams. I challenged the Rams. I've been disappointed with the Rams. I called them overrated. But they're up to 9-4, and they had a tremendous win in Arizona, and they had some adversity. They had guys ruled out of this game just before kickoff like Ramsey, and they still responded against the team at that point with the best record in the NFL. That was a good, quality road win by the Rams. That's what I've been looking for. That's what I've been looking for. The defense came up with some turnovers. The offense looked tremendous. Stafford played as good as you could possibly play. Jefferson made some big plays down the field. Cuff had 1 million catches. Beckham got in the act. Sony Michel got the running game cooking. That's the Rams we expected the whole year. Let's keep an eye on these Rams right now. This is the time. If teams get hot, you got to really watch it. Last year, Tampa Bay did it. Could the Rams start to do it now? They're back in the division race. And it would be very important if they could catch Arizona. Very important as far as seedings. Because right now the Rams are sitting in that 5 seed. That means no bye, no home games. They're on the road, and they could possibly have to play all these top teams in the NFC back to back to back on the road. Not easy. It's been done before, but not easy. Not an easy road. Now we'll see if the Rams can keep that momentum going this week. They're 7-point favorites at home against Seattle. They beat Seattle already once this year in Seattle. That's the game Wilson got hurt. I'm going to move it to 1 and take the Rams. I'm going to say they build on this momentum. Don't let me down, Rams. Don't fall flat on your face now. I mean, you lose this game, then all that good work against Arizona is flushed down the toilet. You got to parlay it now. You got to take care of business against Seattle, who is playing a little better, but I think the Rams can handle them out in Los Angeles. That's pick number 13. Pick number 14. Let's go to the dog pound in Cleveland with the Cleveland Browns on -6 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Browns up to 7-6, held on and beat Baltimore. They almost let this game slip away. And then you got the Raiders. By the way, this is another Saturday game. There's 2 games on Saturday. This is the other one. Oh, the Raiders. Oh, my goodness. Down to 6-7. Got just mauled by Kansas City 48-9. Two things. First of all, before the game, the Raiders were stomping on the Chief logo before the game. If you're going to stomp on the Chief logo, you might want to show up and play. You lost 48-9, so you look like a bunch of buffoons. Secondly, that's the first 48-9 game in the history of the NFL. Think about that. The first 48-9 game in the history of the NFL were all those games. Not one game fell on 48-9. That is hard to believe. That is really hard to believe that there's never been a 48-9 game. Unbelievable. This game is messy, it's ugly, so I'm going to move it to 12 and take the Raiders. This is all about pride now for the Raiders. If they don't show some pride here, they're never going to show some pride. After the beating they took last week, now they got to go back across the country. They have to show some pride. And I don't like Cleveland's offense. I don't think they can score a lot of points. So if I'm getting 12, I have to think the Raiders are going to be at least in the game, right? They're not going to lay another egg like they did last week, are they? Not to the Browns. The Browns aren't the Chiefs. I think the Raiders will hang around. I'd hope they'd show some pride this week. I'll take the Raiders on Saturday. Plus 12, that's pick number 14. Pick number 15, this is the Thursday night football game. Let's go to Los Angeles again. Very good game here. Big game for the division where the Kansas City Chiefs are minus 4.5 against the LA Chargers. Chiefs, as I just mentioned, they're up to 9-4. Bomb the Raiders. The Chiefs are on a real roll right now. They're one of the favorites to get out of the AFC, if not the favorite. Chargers, they're up to 8-5. They obliterated the Giants. The quarterback is an absolute stud. This game is for the division lead because remember, the Chargers already went into Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs. So if the Chargers win this game, they jump over the Chiefs. Monster game. Monster game. This should not be played on Thursday night. This should not be the Thursday night game. This should be a Sunday night game, a Monday night game, or the prime time game on Sunday. This is too important a game to put on Thursday night. Having said that, I'll move it to 10.5, and I'll take the Chargers. It's just too big of a game. I know the Chiefs are red hot, but I have to think it's close. It's a monster game, and I expect there to be a lot of Chief fans in the building. I'm sure it'll be all red out there in Los Angeles, right? I would hope some Charger fans would show up if there are any out there. But this is a tremendous game. It's a must-watch game. I can't stand that it's on Thursday, but I'll take the Chargers plus 10.5. That's pick number 15. And pick number 16, this is the Monday Night Football game. Let's go to the windy city of Chicago, where the Minnesota Vikings are minus 3.5 against the Chicago Bears. Vikings up to 6-7, beat Pittsburgh on Thursday Night Football. Cook, who was out for a while, had a tremendous game, played really well. We'll see about Thielen. I'm not sure if he's coming back this week. Minnesota defense still shaky, but the offense can do some things. Chicago, they're down to 4-9. They tried as hard as they could against Green Bay, put up 30 points. It wasn't enough. Chicago is down to 4-9. Fields wasn't all that great. Wasn't all that great against Green Bay. I mean, he was kind of spotty, to be honest with you. He had 3 turnovers, 2 picks, a fumble. I mean, just not great. Despite Chicago scoring 30 points, Fields was not great in the game. Again, he's a rookie. He hasn't played much. He's been hurt. You can't expect much. Monday night division game in Chicago. Minnesota's bad defense. Chicago played a spirited game against Green Bay last week. I think they'll do it again here. I'll move it to 9.5 and take the Bears. Again, these division matchups are always close. I expect this to be another one of these close division tight games that comes down to the end. Chicago showed me enough last week that I think they can hang in the game. And Minnesota's defense I just don't trust, so I expect Chicago to get some points in this game. Not saying they're going to outright win the game, but I like them with 9.5 at home on Monday Night Football. So that is pick number 16. There you go. You guys are all set. You're all caught up for week number 15. Hard to believe we're in week 15 already. The NFL season is flying by. Thanks as always for the support. Pick a lot of winners. Make a lot of money. I'll talk to you guys next Tuesday. Enjoy the games. Take care.